Alright, welcome back to Case Closed, Anime Review, episode number 383. We're here reviewing episode number 1167, The 17-Year-Old Truth, The Queen's Gambit. Excuse me, this adapts from the rest of chapter 1108 and goes through pretty much the entirety of chapter 1109. Before I talk about the episode itself, there will not be a review of Case Closed this weekend because, repeat, yes, one of those times basically they decided to do a remaster of an old episode in the remaster format and don't need to worry about Saturday. So that means it's coming Saturday, only worry about 3 anime. The final episode of I've Been Killing Silent Years maxed out. I think like the third to last episode of I've Been Killing, I left my A-Ring Project on former Suicide Sport Dungeon Fs. And the penultimate episode of Black Butler. Yes, though of course this week basically we wrap up 3 anime. Starting tomorrow, there will be 3 anime wrapping up. Tomorrow being My Hero Academia Vigilantes, to wrap up the first core for that one. On Friday, we're wrapping up Fire Force. And of course, we have New Year's, Game of Thrones Years and maxed out. And I think possibly, even though I just put on the view schedule, it's probably going to be wrapping up Thursday also, The Brilliant Healer's New Life in the Shadows. That'll probably also wrap up this week, but that depends upon Crunchyroll if they release both episodes. I mean, it's only 2 episodes left to go. As for why they skipped last week, I don't know. It is by far one of the most baffling things they can do. Yes. So, in this episode, after the recap of what we pick up where we left off last week, we're after the managing officer, I think his name is Hiroga, the one with the brown eye. Yeah, after he knocked out Amanda, then he proceeds to take her out of the room via basic put her in the same suitcase that the Black Horse H-Ball Amanda Hughes bodyguards in. So, and he also, apparently we also see a bunch of sheets of shogi records dumped on the street. Well, I don't think the shogi master basically needs them because he's freaking dead. So, everyone sees exactly what's going on here. Well, actually, more like basically Rum sees what's going on here. And then they say, oh crap, let's go back to the room. So then they do. And we see basically a really cool scene here of basically Hirogi and Rum just happen to pass by each other. They don't say anything to each other. Really cool animation here. He just walks past them with the elevator. And he gets to his car and presumably took out the suitcase because he knocked her out. And sees, oh, they possibly refer to where Amanda was, obviously. Yeah. Yeah, they figure Amanda is, so, or at least where she was, and then they proceed to all leave the room, go into their cars, and chase down the manager. This way he was a detective. And then all of a sudden, a truck runs a red light, and the other people basically in a crosswalk, and he ends up hitting, well, the car that the detective is in, and then he gets saved by an ambulance. By the way, it's revealed actually the reason why this happened was because the driver was drunk. And apparently he ignored the red light. But in the case of like what happened to Rachel Asuka, it is presumed she escaped. And that woman is actually Wakabashi. Yep. And then right afterwards, apparently it took almost 40 minutes, and of course they all proceed to go to the family restaurant, and And of course, Shanti is like apparently reading a news report. Like, I think I have the scope, and I'm like, well, she can have basically I'm the scope and I read a thing, but okay. About a guy who robs because he's with a knife. And she found that funny. So then, of course, about to take a shot, and then, of course, like, and then they're shot at. Yes, well, actually, they shoot a target. Of course, they missed the target. So the target that actually was Wakabashi. And then we see her on a rooftop firing a sniper rifle at these two, shot again in his shoulder. And then later on, after all this is over, Conan calls Aki and asks him basically about, well, the fact that how did his dad get involved with the murder of the Shogun Master? So his dad and the Shogun Master's father are old friends, and he apparently did not trust the local police or the Japanese police over what happened with his son's death. So his father, being an MI6 agent, proceeds to go to America to find out what the heck happened. And according to Aki, and of course they also point this out though in the flashback, that Mary was actually pregnant with her daughter at this point. And from Aki's perspective, this is the last time he ever saw his father. Yes. But overall, really good episode. And I can't wait for the next episode. Maybe next weekend. Depends on when they air the next one. Yep. So yeah, this particular view. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications. Next up, Metal Heroes. Finally. Okay, next view.